streaming live on News8000.com. This is News 8 Now, this morning.
A good Friday morning to you. I'm Jordan Fremstead. This morning on News 8 Now, a verdict is in for the Sparta man on trial for killing his grandfather.
And I'm Derek Sibley. Another warm and sunny day looks to be ahead, but we could see some thunderstorms by tonight. More details are coming up in my forecast.
And how teachers are getting reading levels back on track to pre-pandemic standards. It is Friday, September 2nd, 2022. We've got all the news, weather, and buzz you need to plan out your morning as we wrap up another work week together. We have no eye-opener for you this first hour. We're going to try to get that for you for the second hour of News 8 Now this morning, but we do have some weather impacts to get to right away this morning. So we're going to just check in with Derek Sibley. What do you got for us, Derek?
Hey, Jordan, good morning. Happy Friday, by the way.
Happy Friday.
TGIF.
College football is back.
Yes, it is. And NFL next week.
Yes,
yeah,
so
football season.
What a time to be alive if you're a sports fan.
Exactly, right? And yeah, I got some good football weather here, it looks like, especially for any of those early games that we may have this evening. But that may change, though, later tonight with some storms, which we'll get to here a little bit later in weather. But temperatures now, as you head out the door, are mainly into those 60s and 70s. But there are some cold spots. Black River Falls checking in now at 58 degrees. Pretty much the cold spot the rest of the Coulee region. City Cam 8 looking quiet. We got mainly clear skies overhead here this morning, and we do expect those sunny conditions to continue for much of the day today with only a slight chance of a shower or two. Notice how our temperatures are pretty warm this morning into the 70s, and then we're going to quickly warm up into the 80s later today with forecast highs approaching those upper 80s as we head towards the late afternoon hours. As far as your allergy report here for today, again, everything is still high. The ragweed, weeds, and mold all high here for today, and once again heading into tomorrow for the weekend. In fact, I looked at the long-range indications for these allergens, and they're still pretty high, but it looks like they will start to decline at least by the middle part of September. So there is some relief here on the way. Jordan, stay tuned. We'll keep you updated.
All right. Seeing the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Derek. 38-year-old Thomas Aspsetter, the man accused of killing his step-grandfather and injuring two others in Sparta last year, has been found guilty of all charges. Aspsetter testified in his trial for roughly 2 hours on Wednesday. During closing arguments, Monroe County Assistant District Attorney Sarah Skiles suggested that Aspsetter injured two people after killing his step-grandfather because he was trying to eliminate witnesses of his crime. Throughout the entire trial, the defense never denied that the 38-year-old killed his relative.
I think it was pretty clear in this case that what he was telling us did not mesh with the independently verifiable facts. And so our focus and my focus when I was questioning him is making sure that that was clear to the jury, that what he was saying didn't align with the facts of the case.
Aspsetter's sentencing date has not yet been announced. He is expected to face life in prison. The defense was not willing to comment on the case's outcome. The attorney for the 14-year-old Chippewa Falls boy accused of homicide wants to move the case to juvenile court. The teen is accused of killing 10-year-old Lily Peters, who disappeared on April 24th of last year and was found dead the next day. He told investigators he was with Peters the night she disappeared and intended to sexually assault and kill her. He has been held in juvenile detention on a $1 million cash bond ahead of his trial. The first day of school can be emotional and exciting for kids and parents alike. It's an extra special first day for Southern Bluffs Elementary. The school welcomed a new principal, Maggie Main. Chief photographer Chuck Odsma was there, and teachers and students started a new year together.
One more minute! One more minute!
It is. The excitement is always there. The kids, the parents, there's some nervousness, but yes, the first day of school here or across the river is pretty similar.
I'm happy for school. It's my first day.
Okay, boys and girls, have a lovely day. Come on, children. Come on.
Good morning. Good morning. Finally, huh? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Have a great day.
Come on, Aiden. What's over here? I don't know.
It's hard to believe it's already here. The La Crosse School District Superintendent Aaron Engel was also at Southern Bluffs to greet students as they headed to their classrooms for the new year. A La Crosse area student is the first recipient of a brand new scholarship. Dade Cogburn won the first Barb and Bud Hams Rotary Scholarship after Rotary Club members unanimously decided he was the perfect student. Dade says he now has high hopes for his future.
I'm officially receiving my scholarship, so I'm pretty pumped. I've had time to kind of soak it all in, and I'm really excited to get started in school and make the best out of it.
One graduating member of the Boys and Girls Club will receive the scholarship for the next 4 years. Students must demonstrate a financial need to be involved with the Rotary Club. The student must also plan to attend UW-La Crosse, Western Technical College, or Viterbo University. The Holmen School District celebrated their first day back with a visit from the Assistant State Superintendent. Tricia Collins met Holmen's nutrition team at Prairie View Elementary and learned about their day-to-day work routine. Employees say Collins was impressed by the school district's efforts to provide students with fresh foods.
They were very impressed with the farm school efforts that we do, how we do raise some of our own animals and crops, and they wanted to come check that out.
The Holmen School District's crops come from gardens, orchards, and indoor hydroponic farming technology. Well, the new school year is officially underway, and a new study finds kids already have a lot to catch up on. According to the National Assessment of Educational Progress, the average reading level of young kids has dropped by the highest margin in 30 years. News 8 Now's Dua Israr spoke with one local elementary school staff who say getting back on track is going to be difficult.
Educators believe reading is a gateway to the world.
Ooh, that one was hard for us earlier this week.
But when COVID forced schools to shut down, teachers say the gate closed and kids were left behind.
Kids are realizing, oh, I can't read. There's things that I'm not catching on to.
Since the 1970s, kids have either met or increased national math and reading scores. But with every year of the pandemic, kids fell further behind, leading to the largest gap seen in 30 years. Shelley Long and Courtney Kirshner are two of the 3 reading teachers at La Crosse's Northside Elementary School.
You practice.
They are responsible for repairing the pandemic gap affecting 75% of their students.
We have more kids than we can service in small groups.
Kids who were in kindergarten when the pandemic began are now in 3rd grade and are still struggling to read full sentences.
When the mask could come off, we kind of looked at each other like, wow, they can't see how we were forming those because we couldn't see them practicing how to do distinct sounds.
The reading gap has also created bigger issues.
Going to have a long-lasting effect for them well into adulthood.
Principal Nikki Pope says kids with the pandemic gap struggle with anxiety and communicating their feelings.
Instantly becomes to frustration and shutting down and oftentimes aggression. And that's difficult for teachers.
There are ways to minimize the gap, but Long and Kirshner say teachers can't do it on their own. They want parents to encourage reading at home.
Read to them, take them to the public library, use the public library.
And while the gates to the world may have been closed for 2 years,
they still want to do well, they still want to learn, they're still very curious.
La Crosse teachers believe kids will find a way to succeed. Reporting in La Crosse, Dua Israr, News 8 Now.
Staff at Northside Elementary say kids who didn't have a parent at home to help them with online learning were the most affected. The Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction says it will release its own study in the fall to get a better understanding of the gap statewide. Well, still to come on your Friday morning news, debt forgiveness advocates want people who work in public service to know they have other options too. And find out how strong the Caston Eagles football team really is. We've got the highlights for you in the Sports Blitz just ahead. For now, we are sending you to break with something to put the good in your Friday morning. The Transportation Security Administration's top dog is retiring with a new leash on life after 10 years. The oldest working dog in the TSA was stationed at Minnesota's MSP Airport. He started retirement with a party and some bomb-shaped doggy snacks and ended with a literal shower of plush toys to thank him for his service. Your latest forecast is just ahead here on this Friday. We'll be right back right after this.
inflation. It's everywhere. But with the buy one Famous Star, get another one for $1 deal at Hardee's.
There's finally some relief.
Bite into the Famous Star today, only at Hardee's.
It's the grand reopening of Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Tire and Auto Service Center. We've been caring for people and their vehicles since 1955. So whether you need tires, batteries, or more, we offer quality auto supplies and service at prices you can trust. Like all brands of tires, buy 3, get 1 free. Assorted Laren loading ramps and kits are 20% off. Plus, try our new online appointment scheduling and other features at farmandfleet.com. Tires and batteries, trust and care at Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Tire and Auto Service Center.
From the #1 fiber brand comes Metamucil gummies. Getting your daily fiber is now even easier. Made with prebiotic plant-based fiber to support your digestive health, each serving has 5 grams of fiber and no added sugar. Metamucil fiber gummies.
Super Emma just about sleeps in her cape. But when we realized she was battling sensitive skin, we switched to Tide Hygienic Clean Free. It's gentle on her skin and out-cleans our old free detergent. Tide Hygienic Clean Free. Hypoallergenic and safe for sensitive skin.
Classic Antique and Collector Car Auction, Winona, Minnesota, October 7th and 8th. Everyone welcome is a buyer, seller, or spectator. Midwest's largest collector car auction. Consign now and turn your classic into cash. Find out more at RemlingerAuctions.com or call 507-450-3173 today. RemlingerAuctions.com.
Habitat for Humanity La Crosse area, New Ground, Cooley Region Ecoscapes, and Grow La Crosse are proud to announce the launch of Phase 1, an exciting new project to revitalize La Crosse and make it an even better place to live, work, and play. Help support us in getting this project completed. Join us for a ribbon cutting on September 10th to learn more about the project and why it's important to the community. Information can be found at habitatlacrosse.org/renewtheblock.
Hi, I'm Andrew with Dahl Honda, and we're proud sponsors of WKBT's Top Notch Teacher Program. It's always a huge highlight of our month to provide the use of a Honda Civic to that month's top-notch teacher. We hope this communicates how much Dahl Honda values the great work all teachers do for our children and community, especially during these challenging times. If you know a teacher who deserves top-notch teacher recognition, please nominate them. Go to news8000.com and click on the More tab.
Next to Market Watch, numbers. Boring. In more delicious news, there's a buy one Famous Star, get one for $1 deal at Hardee's.
Bite into the Famous Star today, only at Hardee's.
Well, City Cam 8 there looking quiet here for us to start off on this Friday morning. Temperatures this afternoon will rise into the mid-80s. Yet again, going to be another hot day, especially closer towards La Crosse and La Crescent. On Alaska today, highs reaching 88 for you, 85 today in Lafarge and 83 in Viroqua. Highs reaching 86 in Steuben and 86 as well in Gase Mills. Heading north now across our central zones will be 85 in Warrens today and 87 in Arcadia, 86 today in Blair and 86 as well if you're in Alma Center, 87 in Black River Falls. Our north zones today, 88 in Eau Claire, going to be a nice warm one here again, 85 in Stanley and 86 this afternoon if you're in Augusta. Your schoolcast this morning looking good, no fog concerns this time, partly cloudy for the morning, 85 degrees for the lunch hour, lots of sunshine this afternoon with temperatures at around 87 degrees.
If you want to change a tweet without deleting it, Twitter says help is on the way. The social media company says it's internally testing an edit button. That button will be available for Twitter Blue subscribers who pay full monthly access for premium features. Edited tweets will have an icon, timestamp, and label. Tweets will be available to edit for a few times within 30 minutes after publication. And if you're among Ruth Bader Ginsburg's many fans, you're about to get a chance to bid on more than 100 personal items belonging to her. The Bonhams auction online is set to begin on Wednesday and run through September 16th. Proceeds will benefit SOS Children's Villages, a children's humanitarian group. 2 of RBG's trademark collars are expected to sell for several $1,000s apiece. The president's plan to address student loan debt has kept the topic in the headlines. Advocates want people who work in public service to know they have other options too. In Omaha, Nebraska, a local woman who's had her loan debt forgiven, as well as advocates in the nonprofit sector.
Rosie Higgs works for the Nonprofits Association of the Midlands and said when she graduated college, navigating her student loan payments was tough.
I had enrolled in the wrong repayment plan, and so there were many of my payments that hadn't counted.
That plan applies to people who work in government agencies, covering occupations like teachers and law enforcement, as well as those who work for a 501c3 nonprofit. It's meant to allow for qualifiers to receive loan forgiveness. But
in the past, we've heard, that hardly anybody was getting loan forgiveness through public student loan forgiveness. So they created a waiver last October. And under that waiver, a lot more people are now eligible for the student loan forgiveness.
That temporary waiver changes some of the rules, and payments that didn't count before now might.
Through the temporary waiver, I was able to count those and then apply for and qualify for forgiveness. Having the opportunity to have student loans and then have those forgiven has allowed me a lot more flexibility. It has allowed me to purchase a vehicle, all of those kinds of things.
It's an option the association is urging borrowers to consider while they still can.
If you work for a nonprofit or in the government and you think you might even be eligible, we're really, really, really encouraging people to check that out now, because as of October 31st, it might be too late.
Higgs hopes it opens the door for more people to consider nonprofits.
We need people to work in our nonprofits, and so this waiver program can really help make that possible for them.
The organization says the waiver can be found by a simple Google search. Again, the deadline to apply for that waiver is October 31st.
Well, skies are definitely looking clear here on this Friday morning, and our current conditions now in La Crosse, not only clear, but 70 degrees is our temperature, and a south-southwest wind at around 13 miles an hour. River stage 5.55 feet, and dropping humidity at around 78%. Current temperatures across the rest of the area, mainly into those 70s and 60s here this morning. It's 66 in Viroqua, about 58 degrees, though, much cooler in areas like Black River Falls, 68 towards the east in Volk Field, and 70 degrees currently in Winona. Wind speeds and directions here out of the southwest at around 5 to 10 miles an hour for the most part this morning for you. Clear skies. You can see some showers here mainly to the south around the Prairie du Chien area. And as we widen out the view here, you can see that we are watching a little bit of a warm, moist air mass out of the south, out ahead of this cold front here that we're also watching. Behind it, though, some cooler, dry air, but again, out ahead of it, a shower and thunderstorms that could be moving in here as we head closer towards the evening and nighttime hours, which we'll get to here in a second. The high yesterday was pretty warm. Yet again, it was 88 degrees, putting us well above the average of 81. Now for today, I expect highs to reach 88 yet again. That's going to put us 8 degrees above the normal high there of 80 degrees for this time of the year. Nowhere near the record high, though. Don't worry about that. 98 degrees set back in 1937. We will not be getting that warm, though. High temperatures across the rest of the area today into those mid to upper 80s. Going to be yet another warm day in Black River Falls at 87, 86 today in Sparta, and 83 in Viroqua today. Highs reaching 86 in Winona this afternoon. Your daycast mostly sunny, 71 degrees this morning, followed by 84 degrees at noon today. Warm and very sunny conditions at 4 o'clock. 87, and then by 8 o'clock looking mostly clear, temperatures at around 79 degrees. So we do expect that cold front to the northwest to move in tonight, and you can see a very narrow area of showers and storms out ahead of that frontal boundary moving in, especially by the time we reach tonight around 11 o'clock or so. We could be looking at some thunderstorms moving in, and then after that everything clears for tomorrow. A couple of light showers and storms are still possible, mainly across our southern and eastern zones in the wake of that front. And then by the time we reach Sunday, most of the moisture will be well focused down to the south, and we'll be looking at some gradual clearing as we head towards the latter half of the weekend there. And our temperatures will also cool down into the 70s behind the front as well. And then we warm right back up into the 80s as we head into Labor Day and also into the rest of next week under mainly sunny skies and low temperatures into the 50s and 60s. So overall, mainly sunny day, another warm one here for us to work with as well. And then again, those thunderstorms is what we'll be watching for as we head into mainly tonight. Stay with us, though. Much more news and weather still to come right here on News 8 Now this morning. But for now, we're taking a quick break. Here's a look at what happened on this day in history. We'll be right back.
Did you know Tim Michaels pledged to cut millions from public schools and give it to private schools instead? His plan would increase property taxes by $500 million. Tim Michaels is too radical and too divisive.
Are you feeling sluggish or weighed down? Metamucil's new fiber plus collagen can help. When taken daily, it supports your health, starting with your digestive system. Metamucil's plant-based fiber forms a gel to trap and remove the waste that weighs you down, helps lower cholesterol, and promotes healthy blood sugar levels, while its collagen peptides help support your joint structures. So start feeling lighter and more energetic by taking Metamucil every day. Try Metamucil Fiber Gummies, made with a prebiotic plant-based fiber blend that helps promote digestive health.
We asked our customers what they love about Blaine's Farm and Fleet's auto service.
I'm getting all of my maintenance done here. I just had tires and brake job done last year. I'm getting an oil change today. I trust them with my car.
I had a battery put in here. They did a great job.
With Fleet in our name, you know we're auto experts. Schedule an appointment in-store or online and experience what others have since 1955. Tires and batteries, trust and care.
It's the final weekend of the huge Labor Day sale at Drury's in Fountain. Your chance to save on the area's finest furniture. Only at Drury's will you find savings this large on top brands like Smith Brothers, Flexsteel, Cannondale, and Eckernes. Plus, special financing is available if your purchase is paid in full within 24 months. We'll even pay for your gas just for shopping at Drury's. But you'll have to hurry. It all ends on Monday. The Labor Day sale this weekend at Drury's in Fountain.
Look at that. What you're seeing is Olson Solar Energy working in the sun to make the sun work for you. What you can't see are the lower or no energy bills, selling extra energy back to your electric company, and the increase in property value without an increase in property taxes. The sun works for homes and businesses. The only thing you need is Olson Solar working in the sun to make the sun work for you. Now booking installations for 2023. Call Olson Solar Energy today.
Look at this car.
What kind of make and model is it?
Oh, make, model, automobile, huh?
We were kind of looking for something different.
We put the lot in Car Lot. Let's take a look at that beauty over there.
Way over there?
Owning a car is about the journey, not the destination.
Get more of what you deserve in your car buying experience, inventory, and service. See for yourself at Cooley Auto.
Did you know Tim Michaels pledged to cut millions from public schools?
We're already throwing so much money at education.
He'll drain classrooms and gut school funding. Is that the kind of divisive radical you want as your governor?
CityCam 8 is brought to you by the Board Store. A new entry door is like a smile on the face of your home. As the only Pro Via Platinum dealer in the area, the Board Store can help you design the door that welcomes you home.
Oh, it sure was a nice calm start this morning with no fog concerns to worry about this time. We're also watching our temperatures starting off pretty warm here as well for you this morning with current readings in the 60s and 70s. It's actually 69 degrees if you're in Eau Claire and waking up to 70 degrees now in La Crosse. Dog walk forecast this morning partly cloudy and then mostly sunny for your afternoon, followed by those clear skies as we head into the evening, so everything looks good there. If you plan on mowing the lawn today, conditions are looking good here too, with mainly sunny conditions at 11, 81 degrees, 3 o'clock, 87 degrees and sunny, and only a slight chance of a shower. But stay tuned, I'll have your boating forecast and also your drivecast coming up in just a bit.
Welcome to the Blitz. Bring on week 3. The high school football season's flying by, and when it comes to flying, that's exactly what the Cashton Eagles are doing so far. They're flying high, 104 points over the first 2 games. The Eagles back at home last night to kick off conference play. Cashton looking for win number 3 on the young season, welcoming in rival Brookwood. The Eagles were first to receive, and they wasted no time. First play of the game, Connor Butzler on the halfback pass, goes up top to Brady Hemmersbach. He hauls it in and does the rest, 55 yards. Just like that, it's 6-0 Cashton. Eagles back to work on their second possession. Colin O'Neill is going to take the handoff, bounce outside, follow his blockers, and he's gone. 25 yards untouched, his first of 2 TDs. It's 12-0. Now 19-0 Eagles. The defense getting involved. Keep an eye on the ball. The pass is deflected by O'Neill, and Ethan Klinkner is Johnny on the spot. He snags it, finds a seam up the middle and plunges in for the pick six. 25-0. We're only halfway through the first quarter. Eagles getting everyone involved last night. Brett Hemmersbach with the touch out of the backfield this time, and he will not be stopped. 27 yards on his trip to pay dirt. 32-zip. Second quarter, Cashton in cruise control. Klinkner up the gut for 6 right here. 3 touchdowns last night for him. Fly, Eagles fly. Cashton downs Brookwood 52-14, the final. Staying in the conference, let's head to Bangor. Cardinals at home hosting Royal. The home team red hot to start in the first. Nolan Mitchek dumps it off to Chase Horseman wide open. The junior is in for the score. Cardinals strike first. It's 7-0. Later in the first, this time Mitchek rolling left. Check out the grab by Samuel Kropp. One-handed snag. Looks like a Play of the Week nominee to me. 14-0 Cardinals. Second quarter now. Bangor grounding and pounding. That's Tanner Jones cutting right, breaking the plane for 6. Cardinals rolling up 21. First half winding down now, but Bangor not slowing down a bit. Clayton Liga, he's gone all the way to the house for another Cardinals touchdown. All Bangor last night at home. Cardinals are 3-0. They win it 35-0. Let's hit the court. MVC matchup last night at Aquinas. Blue Golds hosting Central. Picked this one up in the first. Close one, but the Blue Golds pull it out 25-22. Second set, Aquinas serving. Riverhawks can't get it over the net, and the Blue Golds take the second set 25-15. Then on match point, Aquinas is going to end it in style. That kill right here wins it for the Blue Golds. They take the third set 25-23. They get the sweep over Central 3-0. That'll do it for the Blitz. We'll see you tonight.
The First Alert Weather app. Stay ahead of the storm.
Pilgrims was great. When I was diagnosed with breast cancer, they united around me from HR down to the people on the floor. They helped me get through the rough times. Pilgrims is not just a job, it's a career path.
All good plans eventually deteriorate into hard work. Brandy, Anna, Cammie, Martha, Mark, Mars, Dave, and Dan are here to help with your plan. Operations gets things ordered and scheduled. And this is where the rubber hits the road. A great team of carpenters, plumbers, and electricians to assure your project is on time and on budget. The Board Store for windows and doors, bathrooms and kitchens, sunrooms and siding, and more. Call or visit today.
It's the grand reopening of Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Tire and Auto Service Center. We've been caring for people and their vehicles since 1955. So whether you need tires, batteries, or more, we offer quality auto supplies and service at prices you can trust. Like all brands of tires, buy 3, get 1 free. $3 off Blaine's Lawn and Garden batteries, starting at $34.99. Plus, try our new online appointment scheduling and other features at farmandfleet.com. Tires and batteries, trust and care at Blaine's Farm and Fleet's Tire and Auto Service Center.
Oh, great. My wireless bill just went up.
Should have gone with US Cellular. They aren't raising prices on any of their plans.
Seriously?
Yeah, my price won't increase.
Well, that is refreshing. I feel like everywhere you turn these days, prices are going up.
Supply chain got us too. Don't get me started on the overhead costs.
At US Cellular, every plan for everyone is price protected.
You know, I respect a female entrepreneur.
US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Shopping for furniture? Take a trip to Black River Furniture and Cabin Outlet. We showcase made in the USA Amish rustic furniture with an up-north feel. Solid wood, handcrafted by real tradesmen. And our rustic selection makes up only half of our 50,000 square feet of showroom. Shop great prices on recliners, lift chairs, dining room, sofas, love seats, and mattresses. Huge selection in stock and available to have delivered or take home today. Family and veteran owned, over 25 years in business, Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
Looking for a bank that puts you first? Union State Bank is a community-owned bank looking to provide quality products and services to help make your banking easier. We take pride in getting to know our customers and understanding their needs. We are committed to helping you, your family, or your business with all your financial needs. We're here for you and we welcome you to bank with us. Union State Bank, where customers and community come first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Working Pilgrims has been working super nice, very convenient for me and my family. Especially on this job, I have a CDL driver license. Pilgrims is more than a job, it's a career path.
The News 8 Now Pet of the Week is brought to you by Van Loon Animal Hospital. This adorable shelter pet wants to meet you and your family today.
Breaking overnight, Argentina's vice president was threatened by a man with a gun late Thursday in what one government colleague described as an assassination attempt. The vice president was not injured and no shots were fired. The incident took place at an entrance near Buenos Aires at his home there. There were hundreds of protesters that have been gathering to support the prime minister, who is in the midst of a corruption trial. 47 million amphetamine pills were seized from flour shipment at a warehouse in Saudi Arabia. The operation was the biggest one-time drug smuggling attempt in terms of drugs seized. The country's narcotics enforcement agency said it tracked the shipment and raided the warehouse. They arrested 8 people on suspicion of smuggling the drugs. Video footage was just released today showing a large explosion in Ukraine's southern town of Enerhodar, which is not far from a nuclear power plant that has lately been experiencing issues. The footage comes shortly after a team of UN experts planned a safety inspection visit to the nuclear power plant today. The midterm elections are battles for the soul of America. That's the message from both parties as they seem to be sending to voters. Amy Kiley reports on last night's pivotal speeches from the president and House Minority Leader.
The soul of America is defined by the sacred proposition that all are created equal.
Joe Biden has launched an assault on the soul of America.
Similar words from the president and House Minority Leader last night, but different visions ahead of the midterms.
Millions of Americans are falling backwards into poverty. Our communities haven't been this dangerous in decades.
Unite behind the single purpose of defending our democracy.
Both men grappling with the legacy of a person who won't be on the ballot.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans representing extremism.
The first lines out of his mouth should be to apologize for slandering tens of millions of Americans as fascists.
President Joe Biden spoke during prime time from the battleground state of Pennsylvania. He addressed Republican voters who don't support the former president.
Not every Republican, not even the majority of Republicans are MAGA Republicans. Not every Republican embraces their extreme ideology.
So will that approach win over moderate Americans?
It's pretty clear. His approval rating among independents, he's gone up 9 points. People are responding to what they're getting done in Washington.
His core message to me was, if you don't vote Democrat, we don't have a democracy anymore. So that's not going to land very well at all with any Republican voter.
Amy Kiley, News 8 Now.
Biden's address in Pennsylvania is one of 3 trips he's taking to the politically important swing state on Monday. The CDC is recommending new Moderna and Pfizer COVID vaccine boosters be made available to the public. The panel approved the science behind both companies' new FDA-approved boosters, which are geared to target Omicron subvariants. Doctors at Mayo Clinic Health System say recent infections are a result of those subvariants, and the new boosters will likely be available for most age groups.
Current recommendation is going to be that within 2 months of your last shot, you could qualify for this vaccine. For Pfizer, I think it's 12 and above. Moderna, it's 18 and above.
Doctors say they'll still be waiting on boosters for those that are younger than that age group. Those booster shots have not been fully tested in humans, but are expected to be fast-tracked because of concerns over a projected COVID surge this fall and winter. Wisconsinites can now order free COVID-19 rapid tests from the state. The program comes after the federal government announced it will no longer provide free tests. Wisconsin's Department of Health Services is offering 5 tests per household. Once ordered, packages will arrive within 1 to 2 weeks. To order, you can go to sayyescovidhometest.org. Governor Tony Evers says students from 16 Wisconsin districts will receive grants for more advanced manufacturing training. More than $1,400,000, I should say, in the Wisconsin Department of Workforce Development grant money will help students prepare for future job chances. It's been almost 2 years since the Bucks won the championship title, Bucks in 6 forever. And for the Bucks 2K gaming team, it felt like it's been too long too. So they went out to win another one for the organization.
With Fiserv as the backdrop, the Bucks were once again celebrating a championship, but this time they had a different trophy in hand. This time the MVP isn't Giannis, it's Artreo Boyd, or you might know him as Dimes on the NBA 2K court. He was the center for the Bucks gaming this season. Boyd has always had a love for basketball.
I grew up kind of playing basketball in real life, just traditionally, and then started playing, video games. Got my first Xbox and been playing since then.
The 5-on-5 games are competitive. The team is up on a stage, but playing through a controller. As the Bucks fans reel from a championship on the court, this team says that was a motivator for them.
Just more anxious. We wanted it more. Like you could tell our playoffs, like every team we played against, every scrimmage, every film session, you could just tell 1 through 5, we wanted it more.
Artreo was drafted by the team's general manager, Patrick Legowski, a Marquette alum who has proudly made Milwaukee home.
It was so cool for the Bucks to bring home a championship and the city to, come around the Bucks and celebrate that victory. It means just as much that I can bring a 2K League championship also to Milwaukee.
Season 5 champions.
The team is being praised as one of the greatest runs in the 5-year history of NBA 2K.
Now, each player takes home $75,000 for their win. Healthy chunk of change there. Congratulations to those guys. Well, AAA predicts this afternoon will be the busiest travel time for Labor Day weekend. About a third of Americans are traveling for the holiday, matching pre-pandemic levels. The travel app Hopper predicts close to 13 million Americans will fly this weekend. Out at MSP International Airport, off-duty Delta pilots held an informational picket. The Airline Pilots Association says members are working under a contract from before COVID. They are asking the company to recognize their efforts as frontline workers. A spokesperson says Delta's goal is to provide its pilots with, quote, the best compensation based on pay, retirement, and profit sharing.
It's time for our management team to get serious at the negotiating table. They've been dragging their feet, and we're out here today in solidarity to show that we are committed to a new industry-leading contract for our pilots, both in pay, work rules, retirement, and job protections.
Union spokesperson Eric Hall says this past year was a busy year for Delta pilots. They have picked up more overtime than 2018 and 2019 combined, which happened to be 2 of their busiest years to date. In Texas, a flight was delayed after a passenger airdropped nude photos to the entire plane. Whether it was a prank or something else, nobody on board was amused by the airdrop. It happened on a Southwest flight from Houston to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico.
He's doing that. So here's the deal. This continues while we're on the ground. I'm going to have to pull back to the gate. Everybody's going to have to get off. We're going to have to get security involved. And it's vacation that's going to be ruined.
Southwest Airlines says, quote, the safety, security, and well-being of customers and employees is the Southwest team's highest priority at all times. When made aware of a potential problem, our employees address issues to support the comfort of those traveling with us. The Minnesota Nurses Association announced that they intend to go on strike after failed negotiations concerning safe staffing and safe working conditions. At least 15,000 nurses will walk off their job next week.
Over a decade ago, our issue was safe staffing. 12 years later, it's the same thing. The difference is our healthcare and our profession are in crisis. And we must stand together.
The Minnesota Nurses Association said they are overworked and understaffed and need more nurses to care for patients. The largest nurses strike in U.S. history is set to begin Friday, September 12th.
Well, conditions are looking quiet here this morning with current temperature readings pretty warm out there as you head out the door into the 60s to low 70s. 70 in La Crosse and 69 currently in Eau Claire. Let's get a check now on your forecast for today. 88 degrees, mostly sunny, and yet another warm day in store thanks to that south wind and around 10 to 20 miles an hour. For tonight, 63 degrees. A couple of scattered thunderstorms could be something to watch out for here, especially late tonight. Northwest winds at around 5 to 10 miles an hour. Heading boating today looks good. 84 degrees at noon, 3 o'clock, 87 and sunny. 6 o'clock still sunny with temperatures around 85 and south winds again 10 to 15 over the water. Your drivecast this morning, no patchy really fog to worry about except in some very localized spots, but I think for the most part we should be fine. Mostly sunny for the lunch hour, and then sunny conditions will continue into the early evening. I'll be back with another check on your weather forecast in just a bit. Jordan?
Looking forward to that. Thanks a lot, Derek. Well, coming up in the Buzz Report this Friday morning, the Foo Fighters are saying goodbye to one of their bandmates, legendary guitar player Taylor Hawkins. We'll have more in the Buzz just ahead. You're watching News 8 Now this morning.
Menards is the one-stop shop for everything you need. Get a truckload of savings on items you need every day for everyone in your household. We have it all, from big to small and everything in between. Power your electronic devices with Energizer batteries. Energizer is a brand you can rely on with batteries that keep going and going. Pick up a 24-pack of Energizer AA or AAA batteries for just $17.78 right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Listen to this sweet deal. Ron Johnson used his office to scoop up millions for himself. Like how Johnson secured a special tax break that benefited his own business.
Did my business benefit? Sure.
The tax break helped Johnson double his wealth. And the cherry on top? It's helped make him the 5th richest senator in Washington. Ron Johnson's not looking out for Wisconsin. He's out for himself. DSCC is responsible for the content of this ad.
Your spirit is stronger than your highs and lows. Your creativity can outshine any bad day because you are greater than your bipolar 1. And you can help take control of your symptoms and ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Once daily Vraylar is proven to treat depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Full spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. High cholesterol and weight gain, and high blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Sleepiness and stomach issues are also common. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. You are greater than your bipolar 1. Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Classic Antique and Collector Car Auction, Winona, Minnesota, October 7th and 8th. Everyone welcome is a buyer, seller, or spectator. Midwest's largest collector car auction. Consign now and turn your classic into cash. Find out more at RemlingerAuctions.com or call 507-450-3173 today. RemlingerAuctions.com.
Labor Day is a time for relaxation, relatives, and refrigerators.
Right now, here at Carl's, this Samsung black stainless steel refrigerator is only $19.99.
You can save up to 45% on major appliances. This washer is only $439.
Save on Serta iComfort Hybrid and Perfect Sleeper sets. Check out these specials and more during Carl's Labor Day sale going on right now.
Carl's, your servicing dealer since 1956.
Well, conditions are quiet across the Coulee region at the moment, with current temperatures now at 70 degrees currently in La Crosse and a humidity value of 78%, a river stage 5.55 feet, and dropping. Current temperatures across the rest of the area, mainly into those upper 60s to low 70s at 69 currently in Sparta and 66 in Viroqua. 70 degrees, a little bit warm in Boscobel this morning, but 58. Much cooler difference there in Black River Falls. 70 degrees currently if you're in Winona. We got a southwest wind that we're working with at around 5 to 10 miles an hour, mostly across the area. Got a couple of showers here, mainly across portions of Prairie du Chien, and some cloud cover with that as well. We don't really expect that to affect a lot of us, though. What we're watching, though, next is this cold front back towards the northwest, and out ahead of it, we're getting that warm, southerly moist air, and that is going to help form some showers and storms as we head towards mainly tonight. Behind that front, we got a cooler and drier air mass in store, and that's going to help bring down our temperatures as we head into this weekend. And speaking of temperatures, yesterday's high was 88 degrees. It was a pretty warm day yet again around the Coulee region, making it above average, and we expect above average temperatures yet again today. The forecast high will be around 88, putting us 8 degrees exactly above that average high of 80 degrees this time of year. We expect highs today around the Coulee region into the mid to upper 80s here, with 87 today in Black River Falls and 87 in Sparta. A little bit cooler in Viroqua, 83 for you, but 88 in both Eau Claire and La Crosse this afternoon. Breaking down your daycast, mostly sunny at 6 o'clock, and then 84 degrees, mostly sunny at noon today. Sunny and warm conditions at 4 o'clock. By 8, mostly clear skies. Temperatures at around 79 degrees. But again, we do have some changes on the way as that cold front makes its way south across the area. We expect a very narrow line of showers and storms to fire up just along that frontal boundary as we head towards around the 10 to 11 o'clock hour or so. And it looks like that will continue at least through the overnight hours before settling down, because by tomorrow, most of the moisture should be to our south. We can't rule out a stray shower or storm, though, tomorrow afternoon across portions of our south and eastern zones, though. Now, as we head into Sunday, all the moisture should be mainly to the south by that point, and we should be clearing out as we'll expect some dry air to kind of move in behind the front later this weekend. Here's a check now at your next 8 days, and we'll be looking at temperatures into the 70s this weekend behind the front. High temperatures drop, or warm up, I should say, into the 80s Labor Day and also into the rest of next week as well, with low temperatures mainly into the 50s and 60s. Next best chance of rain after tonight doesn't look like it's going to happen until around Saturday of next weekend.
In our Buzz Report this morning, the Foo Fighters are playing their first concert without their beloved drummer, Taylor Hawkins, who died in March. The band is hosting the first of 2 tribute concerts to Hawkins on Saturday in London. Paramount Plus will air the show live, followed up with an encore special on CBS. A new streaming series looks at the accusations against a once popular actor from a rich and famous family. The sexual assault allegations against actor Armie Hammer are just one part of a docuseries, House of Hammer. The series will include interviews with the actor's ex-girlfriends and archive footage. Hammer has denied the allegations against him. House of Hammer premieres today on Discovery Plus. He's definitely not a silly old bear. The new trailer for Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey is out and scarring people. The demonic-looking Pooh and Piglet have turned against their childhood friend, Christopher Robin, after apparently being abandoned by him when he went to college. A release date has not yet been announced. I don't think I'll ever get that out of my sight. Weird transition here, Derek. We got some birthdays to celebrate this Friday.
Well, let's get right to it. We're going to start off with Killian today, Jordan. We're going to wish him a happy birthday because this second grader loves sports, hanging out with his friends, and according to his mom, has smooshable cheeks that are well known and loved.
Happy birthday, Killian. We're sorry. Happy 8 months to Zayden. He is a happy little boy with 2 little teeth and loves to crawl. He also enjoys watching any farm equipment that has wheels, and he loves his family.
And happy 8 months to Huxton. He is just a gorgeous baby there, Jordan. I just love him sitting there on the swing set. Awesome picture. Happy birthday, Huxton.
No description there, Derek. Way to pivot. That's called live television. All right. Happy 8th birthday to Stella. This very outgoing, caring, and considerate little girl loves sports, especially soccer, basketball, and running, as well as anything to do with gymnastics.
Well, if you know a special someone turning 8 months, 8 years, 80 years old, or 88 years old soon, we'd love to feature them.
Yeah, make sure you let us know. You're going to upload their photo to our website and look for the Submit Pictures button right under the Home tab at news8000.com. Well, we hope you can stay with us this morning. We have everything you need to know today in 5 minutes or less. Your Morning News Now is next.
Did you know Tim Michaels pledged to cut millions from public schools?
We're already throwing so much money at education.
He'll drain classrooms and gut school funding. Is that the kind of divisive radical you want as your governor?
Ever leave your clothes in the dryer and find a wrinkled mess? Try Downy Wrinkle Guard Fabric Softener. Wrinkle Guard penetrates deep into fibers, leaving clothes so soft, wrinkles don't want to stick around. Make mornings smoother with Downy Wrinkle Guard Fabric Softener.
This isn't Charmin. No wonder I don't feel as clean.
Hurry up, Dad.
Here's the new Charmin Ultra Strong.
Ah, my bottom's been saved.
With its diamond weave texture, new Charmin Ultra Strong cleans better with fewer sheets and less effort. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
My wife and I worked hard for decades. We thought our retirement was secure.
But inflation is changing everything. Gas, groceries. It's hard for retirees on fixed incomes. But I'm even more worried about the debt we're leaving our grandchildren.
Senator Ron Johnson understands we must get spending under control.
And he's working to stop the waste in Washington.
Tell Senator Johnson to keep fighting for Wisconsin seniors and the next generation.
Look at this car. What kind of make and model is it? Oh, make, model, automobile, huh?
We were kind of looking for something different.
We put the lot in Car Lot. Let's take a look at that beauty over there.
Way over there?
Owning a car is about the journey, not the destination.
Get more of what you deserve in your car buying experience, inventory, and service. See for yourself at Cooley Auto.
Did you know Tim Michaels supports allowing teenagers to buy AR-15s with no waiting period?
I throw guns.
Teenagers with assault weapons. Is that the kind of divisive radical you want as your governor?
Your Morning News Now on this Friday. 38-year-old Thomas Aspsetter, the man accused of killing his step-grandfather and injuring 2 others in Sparta last year, has been found guilty of all charges. Aspsetter testified in his trial for roughly 2 hours on Wednesday. During closing arguments, Monroe County Assistant District Attorney Sarah Skiles suggested Aspsetter injured 2 people after killing his step-grandfather because he was trying to eliminate witnesses of his crime. Throughout the entire trial, the defense never denied that the 38-year-old man killed his relative. The attorney for the 14-year-old Chippewa Falls boy accused of homicide wants to move the case to juvenile court. The teen is accused of killing 10-year-old Lily Peters. Peters disappeared on April 24th of last year and was found dead the next day. He told investigators he was with Peters the night she disappeared and intended to sexually assault and kill her. He's being held in a juvenile detention center on a $1 million cash bond ahead of his trial. La Crosse's Finance and Personnel Committee approved the capital improvement plan with some amendments. They include moving some projects to different budget years and eliminating some funding altogether. Prior to the meeting, several community members wrote letters criticizing the lack of funding for La Crosse's trails. Mayor Mitch Reynolds addressed that, saying there will be funding for trails next year, but it will come out of the operations budget instead. La Crosse Street is back open, at least temporarily. The street will be open throughout the weekend while UW La Crosse students move into campus. Crews have finished work on the stretch from West to East Avenue. The street will close again after Labor Day, so crews can work on the road between East and Hillview Avenues. The project manager says that construction will last a couple of months. The final stretch between Hillview and Losey will be finished next spring.
Looking at a lot of sunshine here for today. Temperatures warming up into the low to mid 80s early this afternoon, followed by the mid to upper 80s come later this afternoon around 3 o'clock or so. Another warm and above average day in terms of those temperatures.
A new school year has officially begun for the La Crosse School District. The sound of laughter and excitement filled the air as parents and school buses dropped kids off at Southern Bluffs Elementary on Thursday. Principal Maggie Main is also beginning her first year as part of the La Crosse School District.
But it just feels like the few parent engagement nights that I have been a part of here, everyone's super excited. There's kind of a fresh new energy really involved coming back to school this year.
Welcome aboard, Maggie. Maine was the principal at Jefferson Elementary in Winona before heading across the river to La Crosse. The Holmen School District is celebrating their first day back with a visit from the Assistant State Superintendent Tricia Collins. She met with Holmen's nutrition team at Prairie View Elementary and learned about their day-to-day work routine. Employees say Collins was impressed by the school district's efforts to provide students with fresh foods. La Crosse area students, one student I should say, is the recipient of a brand new scholarship. Dade Cogburn won the first Barb and Bud Hammis Rotary Scholarship after Rotary Club members unanimously decided he was the perfect student. Dade says he now has high hopes for his future.
I'm officially receiving my scholarship, so I'm pretty pumped. I've had time to kind of soak it all in, and I'm really excited. Really excited to get started in school and make the best out of it.
One graduating member of the Boys and Girls Club will receive the scholarship for the next 4 years. Students must demonstrate a financial need and be involved with the Rotary Club. The student must also plan to attend UW La Crosse, Western Technical College, or the Turbo University. And to get the latest updates on more local news and more, you can download the free News 8000 app on your smartphone or tablet.
73 degrees by around 8 o'clock this morning. Still mostly sunny at noon today. 84 degrees, 5 o'clock, lots of sunshine with temperatures warming up to around 86 overall. Above average again with those temperatures thanks to a south wind 10 to 20 miles an hour.
And we have more local news coming up for you at the top of the hour. Our very own photographer Chuck Oadsma is going to take you inside Southern Bluffs Elementary as students prepare for another school year. And getting kids ready levels up to stuff that may prove difficult for teachers this year. We'll explain just ahead here on News 8 Now this morning. We hope to see you right back here at the top of the hour.